Welcome back to the Two Dads, One Dut podcast.
It does sound good when you say the.
Yes.
Yeah.
Episode 98.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. How about that?
Gee, I hope. With all this fucking just energy, I can't wait.
I'm stoked.
I can tell.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, we're back.
Yep.
The conspiracy. Shout out to the people. We got a ton of response. It seems like there's a lot of tinfoil hats out there. Got a lot of traction, if you will. So,
And we're not done.
no,
We're not done.
Far from over.
can't be done.
Just shelving it.
Won't be done.
Yeah. Putting it on the shelf.
But for now, we are done.
Save it for later.
We're going to give you what you would like to say, back to the basics, huh? There you go. I threw it in there.
Yes, and that's all I wanted. I just wanted back to the basics, baby. Episode 98. Okay. Yeah, episode 98. Brought to you by First Shield Defense. We're back to basics, baby. They are a proud supporter of us, 2D1D, and they want to give its listeners the opportunity to train at an awesome discount. Message FSD on Facebook, Instagram, or their website and mention that you're a 2D1D offspringer. You'll get 50% off your first 2 months of membership. That's almost $200 in value. They will help develop a self-defense strategy that is natural to you. Reach out to First Shield Defense today. Shout them out. I'm a little rusty.
A little bit.
It's been a week.
Offspringers. If you tell 2 friends, and they tell 2 friends, and they tell 2 friends, we get more offspringers. Where are you going to tell them to listen to?
Yeah.
How about Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Apple Podcasts, Google, Amazon?
Yeah.
Or if they want to see our faces, tell them to check in on the YouTube channel.
Yes. See.
Smash the like, hit the subscribe, drop at the beat.
Dude, you brought it. Way to find the energy. Ugh. I'm still looking for it.
We'll get it.
I don't know if I got my fastball.
I let it play for an extra second there for you. There's the energy.
Thank you.
We are back. The Two Dads, One Dut podcast.
Boom.
As always, I am your one Dut, Justin Dutteroy.
We're back to basics. I'm back to being Travis. No more Trevor. It's over. I don't
End of
want
an
it.
era.
You better bring the energy then.
Yeah, I know.
Otherwise, you're Trevor tonight.
Nah, I kind of, it's growing on me. I actually really like it. It's cool to have nicknames.
Don't do that. Don't do that, Swarley.
It's actually really cool. I really enjoy it. Yeah. Travis. Fake dad.
Real dad, Skur Dad here. We're officially back. We're back in the chair. We're back in the original headphones. For those of you that watch on YouTube,
Back in the mic.
last couple
Back in the real mic.
Last couple weeks with the guest, I do the benevolent thing. Let them sit in my seat. Be a good host.
We draw straws. You just always got the short one.
We've never drawn.
I know. Either way.
We're officially back.
You're so humble.
Love it.
Okay. Yeah, recap conspiracy stuff. It was awesome. Everybody sneaky enjoys it, which it's just really fun to go into those rabbit holes. And honestly, it's one of those, you give me a case of beer and we just start talking, I go all night.
Yeah.
Should have a podcast.
I pull all-nighter. But that's what I'm
Because
saying.
it's not like a dividing topic. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
It's
It's like
just a-
people love it. It's interesting. They'll
Yeah.
always put in their 2 cents. There's nobody that doesn't want to get in on the conversation. It's good stuff.
And I love any conversation where you start peeling the layers back so much that you're like, what the fuck were we even talking about?
Yeah.
And then you're just like, all right, next. And it's just good. So, yeah. And then also, we are going to try and get a better gauge of a schedule because there are a few people, I should say, a good amount of people that want to come on, but we're just trying to figure out how and when they would want to come on and when it makes sense. So it's just us being potters trying to figure it out.
Let us know if you want to come on.
Yeah.
And we'll work with you. We'll
Yeah.
get your sketch.
But that being said, before we start, new theory alert, as I alluded to. This one is called, so to give some context, there is the catch theory, the homeless theory, and the phone face down theory, which that one's more of assumed. It's just if your phone's face down, you're a slut or you're a whore. So,
Right off the rip.
but you know what I mean? Like, or you have,
Or a fuck boy.
there
he
you go.
I was gonna say-
just hate women.
Lover
no,
of all
that-
women.
But that's what I meant. Like, it goes both ways. Like, you're a man whore or you're a sleuth.
Maybe
Well,
just-
you did say it.
I would say
Yeah.
maybe just sketch. Let's just go
Yeah,
a little
sketch.
bit
Yeah,
sketchy
like
type.
Sketch.
You're putting out weird vibes.
Well, sometimes you just do it so you don't get distracted by your phone. But if it's like an emergency and it starts ringing, you need to know.
No, I think it holds true in so many ways. But this one, namaste, the cash flow theory. So my theory is if we all at the same time across the entire country decide to just use cash from here on out, somehow it would fix the global debt. or like the country's debt. If we all decided to just use cash.
Why do you feel that way?
I'm glad you asked. So I have a theory
Way to tee 'em up.
theory within the theory. If everyone all at once took their money out of the banks, I think it would crumble America's like infrastructure, if you will, like the bank infrastructure, because I don't think they have it. Like everybody's got all these accounts, checking, savings, your balances, whatever. If everybody withdrew it all at once, I do not think the banks could actually financially support it.
Like,
No,
because they don't
but
have
guess what
it.
that would do?
What?
That would crumble the value of the dollar,
I'm glad
and then it wouldn't be worth anything.
you're playing right into me, dude. So this is great. We're mind mouthing. I actually hate
I don't love that term.
No, what? Mind mouthing?
Mind mouthed.
We're mind mouthing. We're mind mouthing. That's the breakup. But no, I hate, with respect, that people always go, the dollar's losing its value. It's like, I don't fucking think it is. I think actually what we did was just, as dumb fucking Americans, we invented credit cards, and now you're just going to give everybody fake money because, God forbid, we can't use our real money to buy anything. So they're like, wait a second, guys, I figured this out. Here's a credit card. Now you can go buy whatever you want, where it's like, I don't want to say all celebrities because some of them are stupid, but people that make a ton of money, like the millionaires, the elitists, they usually just buy stuff and they own it because it's a smart play. Like they always teach you, never buy something if you don't have the cash to afford it.
Right.
So it's like, in theory, I feel like the dollar still has a very solid value to it. We just are blind to try and figure out how to like recognize it and just go back to using the dollar. Like we don't use cash. What people hate using cash.
Well, you want to know why? Because the elitists and the 1% created debit cards and plastic transactions for transaction fees.
Yeah.
So every time you swipe it, there's a fee. So somebody's getting more money on top of your money.
Well, I looked it up because they invented credit cards in like the 1940s or 50s. But again, it's just...
Well, credit scores didn't exist until like the 1980s. Like the IRS wasn't a thing. Like
credit scores or credit cards?
Credit scores.
Which also are just irrelevant to me.
Like taxes weren't a thing until like the mid 70s, and credit scores weren't a thing until shortly after that. Yeah.
What? That can't be real. That sounds like a me thing that I would say.
Well, I'm pretty sure
we didn't have taxes.
There was something
50
about
years ago we didn't have taxes.
Pretty sure.
We have to come back to that. Well, just saying, like how do you sit there and you just accept it? If I would have said,
What do you mean? I'm just letting you guys cook for a second.
Let them cook.
But no, what I'm saying is, I just think people are always like, and what I pulled up is how the American dollar right now on the Currency is King charts, it's number 9 on the billboards. I just don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be. Like, I just think, again, they come out with credit cards and all these things to just like inflation, like make everything more expensive. But it's like, did we really need to? Like, we have the money. Like, people act like the dollar's not worth as much. Pretty sure it's worth $1. Like, when I give you $1, that's $1.
Right, but in other countries, it's not.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, too, because the last thing was the random fun currency fact was I was a millionaire last year in Mexico.
Yeah. Because the peso isn't as worth as much as the dollar.
Yeah, $1 is like
the dollar isn't
5.4
worth
pesos.
as much as, would you say, New Zealand's currency, whatever that is?
Yeah, they're the number one. But no, I think my theory is it's like they're pulling us so far away from using the truest form of currency, cash.
Barter?
But not barter, but it's, I mean, don't get me wrong, my whole argument is
the oldest profession.
Well, I hate money, or not hate money, but I hate that somebody one day was like, we need money, like we talked about before. But all I'm saying is my theory is if everybody would conform all at once and just start using cash, I want to know what would happen. I want to know what that would look like, because I think it would have a very positive ripple effect, maybe for the long run, probably not the short term, but like I think you'd see some pretty cool shit.
Couple things to unpack.
I'm excited.
So,
Whole bag.
for one, the first federal income tax was created in 1861 during the
knew it.
during the Civil
Wait,
War
let 'em cook.
as a mechanism to finance the war effort. In addition, Congress passed the Internal Revenue Act in 1862, which created the Bureau of Internal Revenue, a predecessor to the modern-day IRS. However, then it does say that the origin of the income tax on individuals is generally cited as the passage of the 16th Amendment passed by Congress on January 2nd, 1909.
So we've had it for a while.
Yeah.
all I'm saying is I find it very interesting that we don't think about how, again, you have cash, which is the realest form of currency, but yet we're all completely shifting towards fake money and plastic cards. And it's like, just go to the bank, get out your real money, and then there's not going to be any like, you can't charge me a fee to pull money out of my shoebox.
No.
Right. But it's just convenience.
Right.
If I lose my credit card, I can cancel it. If I get robbed, I can give them my credit card. I can cancel it.
Right.
And if they take my cash,
yeah.
I can't get that back.
Right.
I'm stuck. I bet you that's a fucking thieves' dream world.
I was just going to say.
Everybody just walking around with cash.
That's the biggest thing. So 3 things came to my mind instantly.
Nice.
1, internet purchasing is just gone because you're not using credit cards.
Right.
You can't pay cash on Amazon.
Right.
So
Would that be a bad
COD.
thing?
That's COD, cash on delivery.
Yeah.
oh, maybe.
Because, yeah, I mean, you go back to just the
That's
classic,
what it
like,
used to be.
you write a slip out. Yeah, it's like, hey, we'll
Right.
charge you. You're good. I owe you.
So then 2, everyone basically is becoming Scrooge McDuck because we have to have these massive vaults if we're not keeping our money in the bank.
Yeah.
And yes, if robbers know that now houses are just flushed with cash,
I love robbers. Robbers is a good word.
the crime rate would skyrocket.
I don't
100%,
know.
dude.
I mean, I think it would at first.
Not if you
but-
have guns.
Yeah, but then you'd purge out and then everybody'd be fine. My point is, they always talk about like any of these finance douchebags that are like, let me tell you how to be rich in like 4 days. And they're like, real estate, buy it and then flip it and then pull the real estate money out of the equity and finance that and then double down on the next real estate and boom, you have 10 houses. And you're just like, what? But they always say, always use a credit card because at this point in time, if nothing's going to change, you're not using house money. You're using house money. You're not using your own. So if something goes south, that's on the fucking banks. That's on them. Like they have to cover that.
Well, they say use the credit card assuming that you pay it off.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
I'm not saying to do that, but it's like, so you go to buy something with your debit card and something gets totally fucked or somebody, hacks your account, whatever. Your money's just gone until who knows when. 3 to 5 business days. With a credit card, it's like, it wasn't mine to begin with. So take your time. Do whatever you want. All the while, I either have my purchase or don't have my purchase because what do you want to say?
Take your time as your credit score fucking pummels. Dude.
No, I'm not saying in that regard, but it's like the buyer and the seller. So I use a credit card to buy something. The buyer isn't fucked. The seller isn't fucked. It's the bank. They're the ones that everything falls back on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and to go back to your thing, like where you said like celebrities like buy stuff, and that obviously
The smart ones.
the age-old adage is don't buy something you can't afford. That's just smart, whether you have
I already
money
said
or
it.
not. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, thank you.
But
Acknowledge.
I have a family friend, well, on my wife's side.
My wife.
Yeah. He's relatively well off. And I remember several years ago, we were talking and his wife got a big boy SUV. And we were talking to him about it. And he said it was more financially sound for him to pay for it over time on the loan than just taking out like 90 grand. He was going to make more money on the 90 grand being in his account and the interest that it was making than him making payments on the interest that he was going to pay. So like in that scenario, he made more money paying the interest from the bank loan than it would have been to like debit 90,000 out of his investment.
See, and those are things I need to see. I need a chalkboard. I need yarn. I need something like you have to explain to me how putting something on a line of credit or a loan and financing it for 5 to 8 years is better than just paying for it. And then the next day you wake up 24 hours later, sun rises, you're debt free.
Because the bigger chunk of money that I have is making more money for me than if I got rid of that.
Oh,
and
because
made
you're
the
talking about the
purchase.
bank.
Yeah, 'cause he has 90 bands in the bank. So let's say you earn 6% interest.
90 bozos, 6%. I mean, you're looking at what's that? I don't know. I
Either
have
way,
no
it's
idea.
math. But yeah, like if I get a 3% interest rate on a car loan or 5 or whatever it is, if my 90 grand is working harder for me over here, it doesn't make any sense for me to just pull it out and say, sold,
Well, so
we're done.
I'd like to unpack some stuff too with you. So, one, good for him to know that math. Way to go, beautiful mind, and be like, you figured it out from start to finish. Because I would
He's got
imagine,
it.
well, I imagine that's kind of to some degree what you have to do, right? Like, I've realized, which not to tiptoe on stuff for later for the WABs, like if people just actually look at their fucking accounts and shit and like take a little ownership. I'm not saying every day be a Nazi about it, but for me, every Sunday now, I'm like, hey, log into Chase, make sure everything looks kosher. Oh, what's this? Some subscription I've had forever. I don't need it anymore. Make sure to cancel it. Like, do that kind of stuff. So he did it.
Brazzers.
Yeah, well, hey-oh, in
Hello.
regard to premium member.
Perfect 10. Perfect 10. Could be a
Any number of things. Could be a bowling site. But no, for him, it's crazy that he was able to do that. But then, too, it's like, I still just, I don't get it. Like, you know what I mean? I need people to explain to me, like I'm 5, how they say to do this kind of bank account and it'll create this kind of interest. Because I actually, ironically enough, just started a Chase savings account because I was like, hey, here's what I want to start doing. Taking X amount of money every paycheck, goes direct deposit to checking and savings, so I don't even see it, don't even think about it, and then it'll just build up. Well, I get an email that's like, hey, so we're actually going to take $5 every month as a fee from your savings account because that's just how the saving account works. Is that cool? And I'm like, no, that's fucking dumb. I'm here to save, not for you to steal. What is that?
Fees, man.
It's fees, man.
That's stupid.
You think the bank's not going to make money on your money?
But that's
More
trash,
money than they're
because
already
then
making?
Somebody tried telling me, they're like, well, make sure to put it in this kind of savings because you know the interest. And I'm like, where the fuck was that when I signed up? Because all they did was go, here's your account number. You now have savings. Thanks for banking with Chase. Done.
Well, did you ask him anything?
No, it's through the app.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's come on, bud.
Well, we're going all. I hate it, trust me, but it's. God forbid we call somebody
I was gonna say,
Nikita.
Where you're like, oh, where was that guy to tell me? No, you're in the app. What do you mean? Go make an
the
appointment.
chick that opened up our business account
schedule the
practically
appointment.
hosed us.
Well, I was gonna say,
Schedule
the
the
other thing
appointment.
would just go to the bank.
I don't want to talk
You're
to her.
trying to be off the grid.
I don't know.
Do some face-to-face interactions, bud. Let's bring it back.
I could if I wanted to. That's my new theory. Cash flow theory.
Cash flow theory.
But okay, so all that to say, obviously, circle back because it all connects. I just think if everybody went back to just straight up cash, one, it would help a lot. So to go off of your kind of your cons list to the pros list would be people would probably all participate in frugal with the funds. Am I right? Because they're going to realize and recognize very quickly, I can't afford half the shit I do. Or in some people's cases, the vast majority of it, which is a good thing. It will humble literally the entire country. And then that's where it starts to fix it, baby.
Well, it would humble it to the point where there would be an economic fallout.
100%.
And we need the fallout. That's
100%.
So here's the thing. Love it. See, tie in.
Commerce would just be destroyed.
Listen, commerce, respectfully, you need the fallout, Mission Impossible style, because, hear me out.
For the Great Reset?
Exactly. It's what's the Phoenix? Out of the ashes?
Yeah,
like,
Phoenix.
yeah, you have to do something incredibly dangerous, I guess, to reset it, because how are we going to figure out the trillions of dollars in debt? By just keep doing what we're doing? Sounds awesome. Looks like it's
what does
working.
that debt mean? Like you say it. What does that mean?
Well, no, and that's what, because it gets to, I mean, we're going back to conspiracy theories at this point. For me, the rabbit hole is, how do we as a country have that level of debt, which if you took the number of people in the country to the debt, is it as bad as like a singular person's debt? I don't know. Off the top of my head, that's just crazy math. But I guess it's like, why should we care or hold like any, weight on our shoulders of the debt or the bad mistakes or the bad credit scores? Because it's like, our country fucking sucks at it. Their credit scores in the shitter.
Yeah. I mean, I just
Their credit
curious
score
of like what the debt means.
Yeah.
Like who's gonna come knocking and be like, "Hey man, time to pay the piper."
Need it.
Nobody.
Yeah.
That's why you spend fucking $75 billion
But that's why I guess I
on
just
the defense.
it's all so interesting to me, and I can talk about it forever. But yeah,
Well, I mean, just real quick, and then we can end it.
for sure.
So, like,
Last thing.
in the last, say, like 3 years,
Okay.
like the biggest purchases that you have, most of them are probably in this room.
600. That's a little over 1,000 days.
Yeah.
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 Did you just pay for any of them, just outright?
No, but I did tip my cap to myself. The computer I bought in stretches, so I stretched it out financially for myself.
Right.
Yeah. But then the other stuff, it's like, again, if they're gonna throw 18 months no interest in my face, fuck, I'll suck it. Well, what do you want me to do? Because it sounds like I made the smart play there.
But what I'm saying is all that would be gone.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to buy any of that.
And I'm okay with
This,
that.
You wouldn't be able to buy any of this.
I get that, but you understand, right? That I'm arguing for that. Like,
You're arguing for not having this podcast created.
in theory, because
In the cash flow theory.
because
yes.
you would learn to appreciate just the true value of a dollar, which again is still very high in my opinion, because it buys all this shit, and then you would learn how to save your money, do the right things with it. Like, I know it's so old generation, old style. Back in my day, and it's like, yes, the price tag on things was lower, but our parents and older generations knew how to save money. Granted, they didn't have as many vices being thrown in their face 24/7, so it's probably a whole nother
It's
rabbit
easy
hole.
to save money when everything's cheap.
Mm-hmm.
When everything's expensive, you can't save money.
But they were making the same amount in correlation to the price tags.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
No,
That's
they
how
weren't.
that's how it works. That's just life.
That's insane if you believe that.
We'll have to look into it next week.
So, just real quick, tie bow. Real nice bow.
Yeah.
And then we're
Your
done.
last bow is trashy.
No, that's pretty good.
Uh,
So, as of right now, up to date, to the second, the U.S. national debt is $31.46 trillion. There is roughly 209 million adults in the U.S. right now.
Love that. We're about to do math.
So if each adult
Yeah.
was responsible for
For the-
$148,000, this debt would be gone.
That's easy.
$148,000 easy.
Buddy.
Put it on my credit card.
Go to the national bank. Everybody line up.
We're not
There
going to
it
be
is.
able to do it until you give somebody a task or a goal. They got to see
I'm going to the bank.
Yeah.
I'm taking out a $148,000 loan. I'm going to FanDuel. Jalen Hurts, anytime touchdown score.
Bang.
Bang. My debt's cleared, baby.
Debt cleared. Okay. WABs.
There you go.
New theory alert. So, worst and the best. We start really bad and really sad because we want to elevate and bring our listeners up to enjoyment, full
Mm-mm.
fulfillment, full. You get it. Worst. It is the Chipotle. And here's
Your
why.
top 5 fucking favorite thing to ever happen in your life.
So good.
So I thought.
Love it.
So I thought I was fucking thwarted. For those of you that are unbeknownst to the Chipotle universe, it is the best quote unquote fast food burrito place there is. And when I rank that, I rank it with Moe's
In Fort Wayne.
yeah, Moe's and Qdoba are the other two big hitters. Chipotle is hand over fist better than both of them, and it's not
Well,
even
Salsa Girl's up there, bud.
not even close. Salsa Grill to me is different because the OG one in Georgia's is like, it's just authentic Mexican.
Yeah.
Like, it's really good. This is more just like the chain style.
Well, it is a chain. There's a bunch of them.
Either way. So Chipotle, exquisite. They started doing this, I want to say the article said early 2020, and they were doing Chipotlanes, which is, to the article's, definition, a Chipotle style drive-through. And I said, holy shit, they did it.
Holy shit, they did it.
And that, I don't know how or why, but Fort Wayne was blessed to get one. It opened up February 17th. And for those listening, that was about 2 weeks ago.
D-Day.
Almost 2 weeks ago. Enamored. Couldn't be more excited. Thrilled. I was like, I can pull through. I can just read. I mean, it was incredible. I go there. Well, first I had texted you guys. I think I even texted my group me I'm in, and I said, this is top 10 best things that's ever happened in my life.
Yes, I was there for that.
And I said it was 9 or 10. So, I mean, it's not high up there, but I was like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
I get there. Parking lot's pretty dark. I get a new building. Maybe don't have the lights up. There is no drive-through menu whatsoever. And I was like, well, I don't feel like pulling up to the window and being that asshole that's just going to rip my whole order verbatim to this person. Like, usually it's, protocol for the drive-through. Found out after parking that you had to order through the app and then just choose whether you wanted to pick it up physically in the store or pick it up through the drive-through, through the Chipotle.
Through the Chipotle.
And I said, I'm done. I don't want any more of this. What is the fucking point of a drive-through if I still have to use your app? I don't want to use technology or the internet to go get my food. It's dumb.
You don't want to drive your technological car?
My Honda truck runs on gas. So,
Oh, okay. And the technology in it?
no, it's all
Make it
motor.
run?
It's all motor oil.
So
So,
it's not a horse and bug?
listen,
Okay.
you're getting away
Okay.
from the point. You're getting away from the point.
No, I'm just
So-
saying you don't want to use technology, but yet
No,
you're
so
driving a car.
here's the thing, and I'm glad you brought it up because
Yeah.
this is my tinfoil hat thought for it because it goes deeper. We are seeing the first wave of, what do you want to say, the government or the what were those guys called? The Illuminati, the conspiracy people. They're rolling out the first wave of like, let's see how stupid and complacent and puppeteering we can do to these guys, society, and it's using the apps because now you're starting to see in bigger cities, McDonald's don't have employees. They're just all robots doing the shit, putting the stuff together. And I just think that's what it's going towards. and it's fucking stupid. Like, we've talked about it before. It was a rite of passage growing up, and I get things change, so it's like, well, instead of getting a job, now you just make TikToks and hope that you go famous, which is fucking...
Bing, bang, boom.
I hate it more than anything. But that fast food, restaurants were kind of like where you earned your stripes. And now it's like, no, we're just going to replace you with robots. Order through the app.
Well, I mean, who would have thought that, like, literally one of the simplest life hacks is just now going into restaurants
Yeah.
Yeah.
because the lines are a tenth of what it is in the drive-through?
Yeah.
Well, people are still just like so used to just COVID lanes that they're like, some lobbies aren't even open.
Yeah.
So it's like you got to really like go
Here,
and then you're like, oh, I guess
the
nobody's in the lobby. So
the-
you have to go through the drive-through.
what I thought they were doing with Chipotle lanes, which I thought was going to be the next step in the right direction for fast food places and to kind of like regain again that dominance of younger people wanting to work there and it not feeling like you're just going to get shit on by society and people think you suck. I thought they were going to do drive-through onlys, and like if you work there, you're inside and you're kind of, this is your home court, your base, and nobody gets in there to fuck with you. Nobody's watching you, gawking at you, making sure you're doing XYZ right. It's like, hey, it's us and the team. We're good. Everybody outside of these walls, foreigners, we're not fucking with them. Like there's the distance. But instead, no, it's still just come in and order like a normal Chipotle or just drive around and pick up your online app order because we have to order through apps now, and it's just fucking stupid.
Well, again,
For
though,
convenience,
it
dude.
sounds like more people are probably going to adapt that, so it's just going to make your Chipotle experience quicker. You're just going to go inside.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate everything about it.
You're just mad because you couldn't Subway order your fucking
Well,
Chipotle.
I did say the one like hot take, if you will, is when you went through Subway's drive-through, the sub just never was made the way you'd want it. Like anytime I did that, like if I went inside and watched him make it, somehow it just felt better. When I
Yeah,
went through-
because you trusted it.
I don't
That
know.
dude's over.
But it's just tough, man. And
It's a bad beat for you, dude.
it really-
You were
Yeah, it's a
super
bad
stoked.
beat, dude.
It really brings me down
It was
because
Cloud 9.
Well, because again, for me, it should feel effortless. To me, going through a drive-through is effortless. I drive through an order, and then I'm gone. Now-
Buddy, now you just order, drive through, and then you're gone.
You hear that
You're just
first step,
messing up
though?
the thing.
You hear that first step? I don't like that. I don't want
Order first.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to do something on my phone as I'm off the grid because I shouldn't have to.
I get it, man.
Yeah, that's my word.
Shitty lane.
Chipotle, fucking stupid.
Buddy, you complain about like the lines at Taco Bell being backed up 27 cars.
Yeah.
And now they're trying to expedite it for you. And you're like, I don't like that either.
Because
I don't like that either.
there's a better
Me
way.
drive up and just pick it up? No.
No, ordering
Let me wait.
using
Let
it-
me tell you for 5 minutes what I want and how I want you to make it. And then
Yeah,
wait and then drive up and get it. That's dumb.
I love it.
No.
I want it.
I want the put it in. I don't have to go in and pick it up. I drive through. Yeah, I'm here for Justin Dutteroy. Bing, bang, boom. Justin Dutteroy of the Hot Takes Podcast.
You know it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's for free.
trash.
I mean, I guess the only thing that
It's my worst.
not to go off even on another more tangent for, but I think you would run into, if you placed your order, you don't know how long it's been made for
Yeah.
before you get there.
Yeah,
And that's where it's like, even if I have to wait 20 minutes in line,
I
my
trust
order
that
is
it's-
only 3 minutes old,
yeah,
and then I'm going to get my food. I know it's relatively fresh. So that would be
Do you?
I would think so.
yeah. Because I don't like that you can be like,
I mean, I'm not saying
I mean, earn the stripes of the people that have worked there. How long are those burgers are just waiting under the heat lamp?
sure.
sure,
long have they
but
been
it's like,
there?
Right.
why would I place? So say I do an online order and it's 2 PM and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna need it at 8. I'm gonna guess that they make that motherfucker at 2:01.
Well, I don't think anybody's in there being like, oh, I want you to get this at 8 if it's 2:00.
But you can do it. Is my point.
Yeah,
But
you
want
could
the
do that
app.
with any, you've been able to do that with anything.
You want the app.
You've been able to do that with anything.
You want the app. Have your app.
Have your app.
Yeah, dude. Fuck, man.
My worst.
yeah, I'm pissed.
It's pretty straightforward, pretty basic,
Mm-hmm.
but still, nonetheless,
Let it ride.
come back from a weekend out with the boys. Needless to say,
Guys trip.
starting to get a little tickle in the throat.
Mm.
Just the inopportune time to get sick. I've got my mom's big birthday gala next weekend,
Shout out
a
Carol.
trip after that. Like it would just be the wrong time to get sick.
Is it this weekend or next weekend?
It's this Saturday
Yeah.
or next.
Yeah. But you get
But
sick
yes.
a lot the more I think about it. So you got to really work on that immune system.
No,
You got to eat more onions, dude.
Yeah. You got to do something.
pills, honey water,
Pills are good.
Yeah.
vitamins. Let me stress that vitamins,
No,
not
I'm
just
tough
pills.
as a bird and I don't eat shit.
But you missed work like a couple weeks ago for being sick.
Did I?
Yes.
I just called it.
No, I didn't.
I've almost
Why are you
positive
looking at
did.
me? I don't
No.
work with you.
Yeah, I was going to say, no, I didn't.
I'll check the tape.
Brother, I've been there for a good while.
Well, we used to miss all the time. A good while is like a month.
Well,
or
yeah,
two.
when you got COVID days, you can burn them, baby. Jen, if you're listening, turn this off. Earmuffs. Okay, sick worse, man. You get what I did there?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a sick joke.
Just cut him off. All right.
Oh, yeah. Were you done?
I am now.
Okay. Nice. Hell yeah, brother. Being sick, it's tough. Duh, what's your worst? Round us out. Round us out with the sadness.
Mine was already getting over sickness. So Thursday before we went out with the boys, the night before, got like a 24-hour bug type situation. Got the chills at work.
Yep.
Stomach was just gurgling. I couldn't eat anything.
Worst.
It just felt off. Like
Yeah.
it was getting hot, then getting cold, then getting hot, then getting cold. I was like, yeah, this is terrible. Almost had to cancel the weekend.
Ooh.
Almost.
You
But
got over the sickness to get
we turned
down,
it around.
To get down with
To
this
get down with the sickness.
I love
So
it.
yeah, the worst.
So you
Again,
got
with
him
skirt.
sick.
Honestly, maybe.
Could have.
I love it. Sometimes you
But
got
his
pass
is
it
a
around.
different sickness. I didn't have no tickle in the throat.
Yeah, it's not real. It's his immune system.
Yeah.
Let's turn it
All right,
around.
let's turn it around. Bring it up.
Let's do our best, dude. Let's get happy. You ready?
Yeah.
I know you're struggling over there. Hang in there.
I'll be all right.
We'll keep it through. Okay, so my best. I've reached the official off the grid status. I'm off. I'm off the grid.
You're not.
Hear me out. So, minus using the Chipotle. I woke up today. I texted you guys. I was actually pumped. No emails. Overnight. No new emails. I've been unsubscribing like a demon for the last week. It is crazy to me. One, I think I told you or I told people at work, like, how they word it. They're like, what would you like your preference to be with our emails? I would prefer to not fucking get any because I didn't ask. So why are you still sending me them? And I realized, being off the grid, how much time there is just in the day when you're not mindlessly looking at your phone. And so I was reading this book on like time management, and basically it's like, look at your day and then really figure out where you can like kind of chop up and save time and figure out a better way to do things more efficient, to put, time, assert more time into things you care about. And I realized, well, every day I wake up and I have to delete like 10 to 50 emails
Oh, yeah.
of just nonsense. And now it's like, yeah, I'm good. I just wake up, throw on some fucking tunes, and I just cruise. My day's awesome. My morning. It's awesome.
I do think we need to.
Go ahead.
You can't turn on the music and delete email.
But I don't want to. But
Again.
I can do other stuff now.
Like the shots at the immune system, again, coming from a good place here,
Yeah.
a critiquing place. I feel like it would be in my best interest to do the same thing.
Inconsiderate to,
Right.
yeah.
So I think we need to stop phrasing off the grid
I'm off it.
because
You are
basically you're
not.
just not on social media. You literally play online video games for hours a day.
That's Apex.
That is strictly, by definition, on the grid. You are logging into
But-
the internet to play with other human beings.
If I'm using a different IP address so people don't know where I'm actually at,
You're not doing that.
You're not doing that though.
I am. Because
You're not.
Shout out to Nick. He set up my computer. Say we downloaded some stuff a little bit illegally, and we're not really in the Eastern time zone. The computer's in
You're still online.
a grid, not the grid.
Right, so you can't say you're off the grid.
I
just,
am.
Just, I'm proud of you,
Yeah.
but just say you're not on social media because
Yeah,
that's
say you're-
basically what you gave
You're
up.
giving social media a break.
Yeah.
Off the grid. So it's crazy, but so my average screen
Zero
time.
dark 30.
Yeah.
He
not-
ordered a book from Amazon as opposed to going to the library.
Nope, bought it at Barnes and Noble, bitch. So it's funny because I ordered a book at Barnes and Noble to pick up. They canceled my order. I almost, in a moment of just pissedness,
Hold on. How
What?
did you place the order?
online.
Did you do it over the phone?
No, so what I did, I used the work computers because again, I'm off the grid. I'm not using my stuff. I'm on the work grid.
You hear that, Jen? This guy's doing personal business on work computers.
She watched me all day. I was learning Spanish all day yesterday. It was awesome. Mierda. Crap. But no, so my screen time, I'm not ashamed to admit, was 6.5 hours roughly on a week-to-week basis. Down to 2.5.
Nice.
And
Day-to-day basis.
No. Yeah, day to day. I'm sorry.
I was like,
well,
dude,
no, like
People
on a
kill for 6 hours a week.
well, yeah, on a week to week, I'm saying it would average 6.5. I'm down to 2.5 per day. But yeah, it made me realize I was telling Sker about it at work. Like, it's more interesting to me that 2.5 hours of my day is, I would say, multitasking because it's like responding to people, phone calls, and just my phone being lit up when stuff happens. Because I would imagine an instant timer starts. But I was like, even 2.5 hours feels kind of gross now that you like wean it down.
Yeah, like if you just played a 2-hour movie and you're like, I was on my phone for this entire movie,
Yeah.
seems like a lot.
Yeah.
But then when you're like, I've cut it down
Yeah.
to 2.5 hours, you're like, whew.
And then I use it for, shout out to Joe. Like, Joe got me to play chess. So we play like online chess, or I just play chess against the computer. Get the brain going. Wordle's back. I'm on a 25-0 streak.
You've just explained like 5 things that you do on the internet.
But what I'm saying
On
is,
the grid. Couldn't be more on it.
but what I'm off it because I'm not doing what everybody, no, I shouldn't say that's mean. Like, I realized for me personally how much mindless time was spent scrolling, watching these videos. And as I was, again, in my opinion, off the grid, you get on it in these, tiny moments and you just realize there's fucking nothing. It's just nonsense. Like, it's literally nothing. It's just people bitching at other people. And then every now and then there's a funny comment, which is awesome. And then something maybe that'll make you laugh. And then there's a new song out and hopefully it's good, but it'll probably suck. And then you're just done. And it's just that for 6.5 hours. It's nuts.
Buddy, I like I said, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But you're not off the grid.
Pretty close.
Because I think there's people that are off the grid
Not even close.
that would like damn near be offended by what you're saying.
No,
Go watch Alone and then realize you're not off the grid.
Alone.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's a TV show where you got to survive out in the wilderness against like 6 other people.
I'd be a game changer, dude.
You wouldn't.
I would think of so much stuff.
You couldn't.
Why?
I want you to watch an episode and then see if you could do it.
I could do it.
You couldn't.
I'm off the grid. Dude.
You're not.
Yeah.
You're literally not.
That's my best. I'm off the grid.
You couldn't be more on it.
Yeah. In my mind.
I love the social media hiatus.
No, in my opinion.
Social media hiatus.
No,
Guy gave up social medias for Lent.
No, I clocked
He'll
out.
be back.
I clocked out. I clocked off the grid.
He'll be back.
Okay.
You still got the apps on your phone though, right?
I condensed those down to 2 pages.
But you still have apps on your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, because you do get on Instagram?
Because no,
you still get on Instagram.
yes, and you
Okay.
want to know why? Because I'm not a fucking asshole. So when people message me, I'm not gonna be that guy that's like, I'm so off the grid, I don't have time to respond to my friends. I still do that.
Well, you could just delete the app and tell them you deleted the app.
No.
I'm
Why?
off the grid.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm off the grid in the nice way.
Because why?
Because
Because you still want to see the funny videos I send you?
no. Well, 'cause
Liar.
I even told him. I literally texted you. You sent me that TikTok and it looked very interesting. However, I noticed after 35 seconds the bar moved this fucking much and I was like, there's 9 more minutes in this bitch. I said too long and I shut my phone back off. I was done.
Yeah, but you got to watch it.
No.
But
Like-
you gotta watch it.
Okay.
Here's the thing. What I realized, last thing.
It gets your brain going. I knew you'd like it.
Tybo. Last thing. I realized in going off the grid that my attention span was better when I was watching movies or shows. Shout out Outer Banks, Season 3, Sarah Cameron, Smoke Show, huge slut. But I realized how many times now I would watch a show or a movie and I would be on my phone for the majority of it. And now it's like, oh, should I just watch that whole thing? Like I actually consumed it all, took it in.
Yeah, I didn't give you a 30-second TikTok, dude. I gave you a fucking 9-minute brain fucking tickler.
That's too long.
But you're going to watch a 2-hour movie and be like, oh, I'm so glad I was invested in that 2-hour movie.
Yes.
Jesus
Because I'm
Christ,
off the
dude.
grid, dude.
You're not. You still have the apps.
I'm off the grid.
Quite the enigma, my friend.
Yeah.
Quite
You
the
send
enigma.
me videos. I know you're not off the apps.
When did I send you a video? I haven't sent you one in a while.
I'll find it.
Okay. Timestamp it.
Love the best, man.
Yeah.
Proud of you.
Good job, bud.
Off the grid.
My best
Yeah, go ahead, man.
happened this morning.
Be kind.
All right.
Dropped the girls off at school like I always do. Walked them in. As I'm walking out, we get to the crosswalk, and one of the moms that I've seen, I just haven't actually introduced myself or her because her kid isn't in Piper Parker's grade.
Yeah.
She was just like, "Hey, I listen to your podcast."
Hell yeah.
I'm like, "For real?" She was like, "Yeah, I went to high school with Travis. Checked out your podcast. I like it." She goes, "It's good to know that, somebody like you also takes their kids to this school." And I'm like, right on.
Hell
Right
yeah.
on.
Hell
Love
yeah,
it.
brother.
What was her
Solidarity,
name?
brother.
Actually, she didn't introduce herself, so I'm going to ask her tomorrow. but it was the one where my best was when Parker was on the crosswalk with her wand.
And did the
And she did a thing. She goes, I walked with you that day. I'm like, oh my God, that's the guy. So she came up to me and I was like, that's you.
You're the wand waver. That's sick, dude. Fans.
That's what I said.
Slow
Love it.
grind. Those are the moments, dude, where it's like
Slow grind.
this is tight.
But isn't it crazy how like when it gets to the point like we're just gonna, I don't want to say crazy famous, but when we're a big deal
We'll get there.
and like some people are like, get away from me. We're like,
I love it. I'll talk to you all day.
but like,
I'll make
yeah,
you
like
get
something
away.
like that literally made my week where it's like, oh, something I do randomly. Somebody was like, I like what you do.
Yep.
Awesome.
That's
I
what I'm
like your
saying.
hobby. Like sick hobby.
I would talk to them to the point where they were like, okay, I'm done now.
Right.
I've unsubscribed.
I've walked with you.
Save it. Save it.
Yeah.
I'll catch up.
That's
I'll
fine.
catch up. I'll
Yeah,
catch up.
that's dude. It's the best feeling.
Yeah.
It's awesome. People should be nicer.
And listen more.
Yeah.
And listen more. That's why. Offspringers.
Subscribe.
Tell your 2 friends. They tell their 2 friends.
Yes.
She was like, I'm surprised he still lives in town. I'm like, honestly, he's off the grid.
He's so off the grid.
Oh well, I mean, I've been told that I should go off the grid and move to like somewhere else. They said like I was born to live somewhere else
Your wanderlust.
off the grid.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm gonna burn that saying into the ground. So I'm gonna stop right here. Cut me off. Last one. Okay, Dut, what's your best? Take us home. Take us home.
Yeah, so got over the sickness just in time for, as Skur alluded to, a little weekend with the boys.
Yes.
A little bachelor party. Big Nasty, shout out.
BD. No, BN.
BD.
I mean, he's going to put a ring on it, so he's not the BD no more.
Well, that's no. I mean, he could be the BDM. Big Daddy married. No, why do I keep saying BD?
I don't know why you keep saying it.
Oh,
Anyways.
BDF. That's why, because you got that fucking stuck in my head. Okay, BN.
BN. Big
BNL.
Nasty.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
So shout out him, bachelor party down in Louisville, Kentucky. Great place, man. There's distilleries everywhere if you're into that thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't, so we didn't do that.
No,
But
but
there's good food everywhere. Little hole in the wall bar in Bardstown, 3rd Street Tap. Everybody knows it apparently.
Yeah.
I asked McLaughlin, and he was like, "You guys stayed at Bardstown?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "You went to 3rd Street Tap, didn't you?" I said, "You fucking know it."
Yes.
They're playing solid music. Everybody
All
was playing
night.
solid music everywhere we went.
What constitutes a solid?
Like
80s, 90s.
80s, 90s alternative
That checks.
hip hop.
And
And
it-
I was just like, yeah.
Checks out.
And it was like on a much smaller scale. But like if you told me that we had just walked into like the Double Deuce,
Yeah.
I'd have been like, yep. But then imagine hearing, just
Sorry, we're
80s
closed.
rock coming out of the Double Deuce. You're like, this is awesome.
It was on again when I was dog sitting, man. Roadhouse just fucking rules, dude. It's so good.
We literally watched it in
Yeah.
Tennessee.
yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it, it's good, dude. It's fucking Dalton. No, so hot take though. I think Kentucky sucks.
Yeah, you can't bet there. That sucks.
Yeah, and I just think it's the classic what do you want to call that? Landmark land site, like when you're driving to Florida or somewhere else that's down there south, like when you hit Louisville, everybody always brings it up, but like you just kind of scoot right on by it. But it's always like, "Oh yeah, Louisville."
I mean, when you're coming from,
I mean, you cross the bridge and everybody's like, oh, yeah.
yeah, like as you're crossing
cross
the
the
bridge, it
bridge,
actually
that's-
is a pretty beautiful skyline.
That's
that
big
you see.
photo ops.
Yeah.
It's big photo ops.
I would if I saw Lamar Jackson, that would be cool, but other than that, no.
Dude, funny thing about it,
Teddy Bridgewater?
we saw Teddy Bridgewater
Did you really?
one time. Yeah.
Teddy Two Gloves?
Yep.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
You're lying to me because he doesn't look like
No, we didn't see him. I've
said
seen him
he saw
before.
him.
My
Oh.
buddy lives down there.
Nice.
Yeah, so we'd go down there all the time.
Was Teddy nice?
Yeah, it's a cool dude.
He seems like he'd be nice. Classic.
Very
Teddy.
humble.
Yeah.
I will say, up into this morning when that happened to me, it was going to be my no look shot.
Yeah, yeah.
Had to have been.
Bet
What?
Skur, he could, because I was like, there's like a trash can. I was shooting left-handed,
Yeah.
like this way, and I was just like, if I could put the bottle cap in there left-handed, you owe me a shot.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'll do it, no look. And I was like,
Bet.
bet. And he just looked me dead in my eyes,
Boink.
bingoed it.
Yeah. Watch this. No look.
Terrible.
Dude, you nailed it.
Kobe. Yeah. Okay.
Check the camera.
Wow. Best and the worst. No,
Great
worst
times.
and the best.
Yep.
Yeah. So, hats off to us.
Let's do it.
We had a
It was
bad
good week.
We had a good week.
Bad week, good week.
Either
It's a
way.
roller coaster, baby.
Oh.
Ups, downs, all arounds.
Some are off of the stuff, and so, yeah.
Some people are on the map. Some people are
Here's the thing.
off it.
Here's the thing. I'll start. I saw, again, shout out to the dog sitting, a commercial. First time in a long time because I don't see commercials. Again, being, OTG.
Yep.
They made this really clever commercial where I think it was Super Bowl worthy because of the low bar that has been set for the comedy ones. It was the You're a Rock Star commercial. So I don't know if you guys have seen it, but yeah, basically it's, insert any office setting and they're doing like meetings.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah. And they're like, you're a rock star. And like actual rock stars walk in and they're like, do you actually know what it takes to be a rock star?
Yeah, Billy Idol.
And they like keep fucking with them the whole time. And for me, it was like the coming off the conspiracy theory wagon. So interesting because I'm like, it is the most lazy, corporate, overused bullshit that you hear all the fucking time. At least we do at our work. And I just want to know who was the first motherfucker that said it to be like, yeah, you're a rock star. It's like, okay. Like, yeah, you're a rock star. Like, it's just, I don't like the laziness of just throwing out some like, hey, congrats, rock star. Like, it's like, just say something different. Like,
When was the last time you were called that at work?
I don't know.
He was never called a rock
Right.
star.
I was like, come on.
Well, because
This guy's too far off the grid. He's
I was
not a
gonna
rock star.
say, yeah, I'm OTG.
We don't hear that at work.
It goes in spurts, I would imagine, like waves. But I thought it was.
It's the original one, yes. It was
Yes.
a huge thing.
Yeah.
And I think it's so like corny and douchey, and it's just like those are the kind of things that somehow like kind of poisoned like corporate America, and I think have just really tarnished it for again like the long run up until right now in this very moment. Versus like what happened to just good genuine like I don't want to say customer service because that terminology to me I think sucks, but it's just like treating people right, doing the right thing. And just because the short term didn't pay off and you didn't buy a fuck ton from me doesn't mean that because we had a great, connection, bond, anything that you're going to come back, and in the long run, you're going to be a good customer. And I just think it all goes into that for me. And that commercial was like way more impactful than what I think they even meant it to be. Because it was just really funny. Because it was just Ozzy Osbourne. And again, other people were just like, they peek in the doorways and they're just like, you know how to be a rock star? Who's a rock star in here? And I was just like, this is good.
I have to Google it.
It was
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. But it just, I mean, what are your guys' takes, I guess? Because I just think with where we work, again, it's infected almost is how I would describe it to where you, and not in a bad way, like it's nobody's fault other than.
Everybody loves a good infection.
Well, you get sick all the time. But I'm just saying there's ways that they could fix stuff. And it's like everybody just always wants to turn a blind eye. And they're like, it's the classic thing that became a viral video for a while where it was morale super low. Everybody's calling off. The place is on the verge of shutting down. I got this. Pizza party.
Yeah.
And it's like, just be better. Like, try to do something that's probably going to be uncomfortable or, might, ruffle some feathers. But, like, just try to do something different versus just the hit me with a, yeah, you're a rock star. No.
Well, so I think those are just completely two different thoughts.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Because, like,
Unpack.
being different, trying different ways to achieve goals, things like that is absolutely commendable
Yeah.
and something to do. So I guess in your mind, if you do something above and beyond that deserves recognition, you don't think that should be a thing?
No, so I guess where I'm coming from with it is, and it's all just how like my mind works versus other people's, and I totally understand that and respect it. I say it's lazy because it's like, say Dutt did a killer job on a haircut or like lining up a beard or something where it was like, I can tell from being around him because I work at the barbershop will say that this one just hit different. Like people can tell when something looks like exquisite versus just like an everyday, we see all the time. And instead of just doing the, dude, Dutt, you're a fucking rock star, man. It's like, do something that gives more like personalization to the comment, to the credit, to the positive criticism, instead of just these corny fuck ass corporate things that people say. I think it's stupid.
Your first team All NBA.
Thank you. See,
What about if I said you were third team?
what's he say? You're number one in my book, Coach Boone. Yeah. See,
You're a Hall of Famer in my book, Coach.
Yeah. You're Hall of Fame in my book too. Yeah. I don't know why he got kind of slow there. That was weird. But you get what I'm saying.
Weird. No, it's funny that you said that because I think it was on.
So you want a personal?
We almost lost it there. I'm glad we brought it
You
back.
want like a personal praise, and not a corny praise? Is that what you're saying?
Because that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
But then you went off on a tangent of like being better and doing outside the box.
Because it
stuff.
is. It's the classic. Everything we're doing now, whether we see it or not, consciously or subconsciously or unconsciously, we are making the entire, thing that we're a part of lazy. Like that's essentially what everything is being created for. So we don't have to do as much. Am I right or am I wrong?
Well, again, I think that's something completely different. Like
Well, no. So I'm saying
I
then
agree
break
with
it down
that.
to just a very minute detail of, okay, so when somebody does a good job, pull them aside and be like, hey, because again, it's the classic, like, use people's names. Like, it's so crazy the response you'll get when you just call somebody by their name and use it repeatedly in conversation. Obviously, you don't want to abuse it to death.
That's sales 101.
Yeah, but it's like, hey, Dut, I just wanted to pull you aside because that haircut you did, fucking awesome, man. Like,
You're a rock star.
I don't know why.
Rockstar Dut.
But it's like, I don't know what happened or, what groove you got in there, but like the fade, everything just looked like it was awesome. And I don't know what else to do other than just, give you props for it. But it's like stuff like that where it just feels genuine versus these. And maybe it is just in corporate settings where it really rubs you the wrong way. At least me, where I'm like, just almost don't say anything to me at that point. Like, hats off to you, good job. Like, I'd rather have that versus you're a rock star, dude. Thanks for crushing it. Like, fuck off. Like, I'm a grown adult. I'm off the grid. I don't need compliments, these corny ass ones.
So personal praise.
Not these corny ones, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You want personal praise.
But I don't even think I need it then. Like, just let me do my thing. Just leave me the fuck alone.
So you just don't want any recognition whatsoever.
Fight in the shade.
Well, because I think the vast majority of people do. But I was listening to, I think it was Simmons' podcast.
Yeah.
And I don't know how it got brought up, but he had mentioned, somebody had said something about good job.
Yeah.
And he said it's a phrase he absolutely hates.
Yeah.
He goes, I hardly ever use it. He goes, oh, thanks for just doing your job.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But like, if you just clocked in and I'm like, dude, rock star, thank you for being here on time, that's a little stupid.
And that's what I'm saying. It
but
feels
like,
like
if
it
you
gets
go
to that
above and beyond,
sometime.
and I'm like, dude, rock star performance, man, that was good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's bad.
But I think it's, for me, my very first instinct would be to challenge it to be like, why am I a rock star? Because I would almost bet that 9 out of 10 times that same person is going to have their fucking tongue tied and be like, I mean, you're killing it lately. This is good stuff. And it's like, just shut the fuck up. Don't tell me I'm a rock star.
You're putting up rock star numbers, man. You're climbing the charts.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to tell you that without any merit behind it.
It's
Yeah.
like hey, good job, sport. Hey, good job, what's it, champ?
Pal.
Champ. Yeah, like I don't like that stuff. Maybe it's just a personal vendetta I have.
It's starting to sound like it now the more you keep talking about it.
Yeah, here's the thing.
I think you're actually more upset about the things that you think you probably should get praised for that you don't versus that. I think that would be the bigger issue. Like you said, if you have a good rapport with somebody and you don't sell anything, it's deemed as a negative, where in your eyes, that's a positive.
Oh, we already went down that road, which, I mean, that's just work talk at that point.
Right.
But
I think like if they came up to you in that interaction was like, dude, even though they didn't buy anything, that was a kick-ass rock star performance, man. They're going to come back and work with you. I think you'd be like, you know what? Thanks. Because you feel like
Yeah.
you're doing something
no, I don't know.
in your eyes that merits it.
I just think there's better ways to like recognize something and say, it's like with anything else, if you just say one sentence, it can just completely change the game and just shift the entire narrative. So it's like, yes, just say something simplistic like, dude, honestly, I respect that. That was good. I like it. Versus just, yeah, rock star. Like, because I just keep going back to that because I literally hate that saying. I think it's so stupid. Like, unless you're an actual rock star at this point, don't say it.
I know you had feelings for this like that, man.
You're welcome.
All right.
Here's the thing.
I told my
Now you know.
I told my boss I wanted handwritten letters of acknowledgement.
Nice.
Which is awesome. Have you
Love
gotten
it.
one? Probably not.
I have
Interesting.
sticky notes.
Suck it, dude.
Those don't count.
Yes, they do.
Why would
No.
they not?
Handwritten.
I need cursive. I need the fold in the middle, and I need an envelope.
But you forget
Even
how
the-
to sign your name.
I know, but so the
I
one
need
thing,
it candlelit sealed.
yes,
with
the,
the fucking
dude, that's when you know it's real. I'm gonna do those for something.
I have some.
Yeah, it's just the
Cool.
stamp.
It's old school.
It'll just say Dad on it or Trevor.
Trevor's more appropriate.
Yeah,
Travar.
but yeah, that's my. Here's the thing. It's the Rockstar commercial. It just drives me crazy. I don't like that stuff. I don't like last thing.
I don't think you like phony compliments being just dished out.
Just phony stuff. Like I think
You love compliments personalized for the person that was like granted it. Like it was.
yes.
I can't think of the word right now, but
No,
yeah.
merited.
Merited.
Yes.
There it is.
Yeah.
Back.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I
think if you did something awesome, and Jen came up to you and was like, "Travis,
shout out Jen.
you're a hell of a rep, rock star." I think you'd be okay with it if you thought you did something good, and she generally like you could tell she appreciates what you did.
I would download 99% of that message.
I think it's just the
I'll give you a guess on
overuse
what that
of-
1% is I don't download.
The overuse of which again I couldn't tell you the last time somebody said that in our.
Because it just feels like you're treating me like some fucking little toddler or something. It's fucking gross, dude. It's just like, yeah, rock star, you it's fucking stupid, dude. Like, just
I get it.
talk to me like an adult.
You're off the grid.
I'm grown.
It's off the grid, man.
Send me a text.
34 and I'm OTG. That's my here's the thing. That's the only one I had. One and done me.
Compliments. I'm off the grid.
Don't need them.
You guys have any?
Yeah, I have one.
Okay.
That happened to me this weekend.
Nice.
Guy who will remain nameless.
Rhymes with. Sounds like.
No. Saw him pumping gas,
Uh-huh.
and then he just walked into the gas station.
I get in the truck sometimes when it's a little frigid, but I mean, that's a whole nother level.
You can't do that.
You don't do that?
No. My mind was blown.
Yeah, walking
So
into the
who
gas
do you think
station.
someone's gonna come up there and steal your gas?
No, that thing's gonna go snake and just fucking.
It has a clicker on it, so it stops.
No.
Yes.
You click that thing in so it goes.
Yeah, and then once the fuel comes back to the line just a very little bit, it stops.
And then
automatic.
what happens when that fucker comes out of the hole?
It doesn't
Pre gas.
What do you mean?
Dude? The things could happen that shift. Gravity.
You sit in your car.
truck, but
You sit in your truck while it does.
Yeah,
and you're
and
moving in there.
I watch it.
Yeah.
You still have to be mindful.
And how
of
many times does that happen?
0 because
Okay.
I watch. What if I didn't watch?
Well,
It wouldn't happen.
How do you know?
Because I do it all
You-
the time.
you
I'm
would-
the guy.
You wouldn't be there.
I'm not the guy in this scenario. But I do it all the time. It's 2 birds, 1 stone, man. I put the thing in, I go in, I get my water, I get whatever snacks I gotta get out of there. Usually lottery tickets. One day I'm gonna hit, baby.
Scratchies.
And then I come back.
I don't know whether to
Well-
respect you or curse you.
well, my thing is like if you're gonna do that, but I feel like if you're trying to kill 2 birds and save the time, I mean, there's been times where like I'm gripping it and it still unclicks on me.
Oh, yeah.
Like if I go in there and I come out and all of a sudden it stopped and I have to pump my continue to do it, I'm gonna be pissed.
Well,
Yeah,
I'd be in
mean-
the same boat that I would be if I had to just sit there and click it the entire time, then walk in and get it. I'm just reversing the order.
Why don't you pump the gas, click it,
That's what I do. I lock it in.
put it
and
on
then I go
autopilot.
in the gas station.
And then if you want to multitask, just clean your car out. Like I clean my truck out every time. That's the extent I go. Like, but I stay near.
It's crazy.
You don't
Nah.
know, dude. You don't do that. That's next thing you know, there's a fire, an explosion, and then you're fucked
Buddy.
because you don't have an alibi.
I just couldn't tell you the last time that I saw it. And he was literally in the car, and I'm like, "What the hell is going on? Where's
Yeah,
he going?" He's
maybe
like,
I'm-
"Dude, he's just going
He's
to the
getting
gas." I
I
said, "Oh my god, he's just walking away from the pump."
Yeah.
I pride myself on self-awareness, but man, maybe I'm just aloof to that. Like I haven't seen anybody do that, and
I'm not looking for it to be honest, but like I feel like I'd be like, "All right, guy, just start pumping," and it's just ghost. But I'm
Yeah.
like,
I see it all the time.
I'm gonna say I've never seen it. It's been forever.
Keep your eyes peeled next time you're at
It's
the gas
been
station.
forever
man.
since I've seen it. It's been 34 years, and
What gas station did you go to?
the ones that pump
I mean,
gas.
which one do you go to?
The
Everybody
Kroger.
has their.
The Kroger.
Yeah.
Get the points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're not.
You
the
can't-
Kroger doesn't have the inside thing, so you're not gonna get snacks on the inside.
I don't need. I'm there
Exactly.
to get gas.
Exactly.
I already got the snacks on my fucking
Exactly.
food run.
I always get gas in the morning on the way to the shop.
Oh,
So
you're
I'm
a
always
morning gas person. That
Yeah.
tells me a lot about you.
Well, you get the most gas. Scientifically, it's the coldest, so it sits at the bottom. It's not. The motions is like the molecules aren't moving when it heats up, so it's expanding.
I
It's
didn't
the
know you
coldest.
were a fucking big gas guy.
I mean, I
that's
usually
just
get
what
gas
they
in the morning.
That's what they say. Is you're
I
supposed
usually
to
just
get
get
gas
gas when I need it.
Well, you made it
I don't
sound
wait
clearly,
until I'm like
oh, you're a gas in
on
the morning
E,
guy.
and then I'm just trying to get gas.
I just get
I'm like, look,
gas
and
when
I'm
it's-
like, okay. Well, I also fill up when I'm at half tank.
I guess gun to my head, I'm a nighttime gasser.
Well, I mean, I just don't think you throw statements out like, oh, morning gas. Or
Well, buddy,
I
you're
just wa-
just not knocking out 50 to 100 emails in the morning now. Now you can get gas. You got time.
I'm listening to music. Yeah, cooking breakfast.
Needless to say, here's the thing.
Yeah, here's
the
the
thing.
Dude,
I was blown away
Yeah.
when I saw it.
as
I'm
you
blown away that you don't do it.
that's
Cleaning out your car, I get that.
truck.
That's two birds with one stone. I get that.
But that's just, dude, you're
just standing there
I don't even know.
and just waiting.
Rolling the
That's
dice
nuts,
doesn't.
man.
You're doing so much more than rolling the dice. Something's gonna happen.
I need-
Nothing's ever gonna happen.
I
And
need-
don't
I
you
need
put that fucking
feedback.
evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
I need feedback. I need the offspringers.
Offspringers.
People listening, I need the lines to be lit up.
I
Do
don't
you
know how.
pump and
Where
wait?
do we stand?
Do you pump and wait people, or do you just
That's the
go
one
about your
thing
biz?
where I feel like my mom told me about this, and I actually still believe her to this day. Where she's like, if you pump and you walk away, your vehicle blows up, whole gas station burns down, and I could see it. That's why I
Yeah,
don't walk
but
away.
just like if you fucking a kid and you turn on the fucking overhead light, your parents are gonna get fucking arrested.
oh yeah, and when you're
Yeah,
driving.
it's not a fucking thing.
Well, I figured that one out, but I mean, truth be told, I've never left get my truck unattended at the gas station, and shocker, no gas stations have blown up, so there's clearly a correlation.
Shocker, I do it all the time and none have blown up.
I've never seen you do it though.
I've never seen you stay at your truck.
Who's really real?
Okay, here we go.
I got gas today, and
Yeah.
I was like,
Thinking of thought about
I
going
was like,
inside.
do I just try this? And I'm like, no, I can't do this.
It feels even dirtier than like cheating. It's so,
I mean, I'm not gonna go that far.
it feels really.
You tell me I have to walk in.
Try it, dude. Live on the wild side.
It just feels bad. It feels
Like, I mean, it would have to be like the ones where
You
the
drive
the
through.
first
Get a
layer
Fountain
pump
Pepsi, dude.
is super close to the door, and I could just be like, they won't even in and out. If I'm on that second row, there's no way.
this shit, dude. I can't.
And like the last that I went to last time, I mean, I think the closest row was a good what felt like 40 yards from the actual gas station.
Aren't gas stations too? Isn't there like a law where they have to like monitor if people leave their plate things?
Well, I mean,
unattended?
there's like, I don't want to say like stickers, but it basically says like, don't leave the pump unattended. You're responsible for anything that happens.
Fucking guy's a savage. Leaves it every time. Fuck
100%,
the sign.
dude.
What the fuck? That's just,
I'm really surprised that nobody else does it. I just, all right.
that's bad.
Me and he who shall not be named are just out here living our lives.
On the wild side, that's just.
For a guy that's off the grid, you're really just fucking living by the rules, man.
I guess, but that's one that's just.
I mean, I guess the only solace was there's other people in the car, so maybe he was thinking, they'll do it.
Eh.
But whew, needless to say, I
Here-
was.
Here's the thing: you're just. God, you're a wild child.
Gotta be.
This is nuts. Okay, what's your round us out? What's the last thing? Jesus, man, I don't even want to hear it. You're gonna blow a car up,
I'm not gonna blow a car up, dude.
dude. That's what.
I mean, we will. It just won't be at a gas station.
what if you start smoking?
Smoking cigs?
Yeah,
Well, it's a good thing I'm inside and not next to the pump smoking a cigarette.
but then you're gonna
waiting on it.
you rip a dart. You get to the station. You flip her. She lands, still burning. Still got a what's that called? A
Well, then that's just
amber.
smoking. Then that's just smoking and pumping gas.
You can't smoke
That's
around
different
the gas
than
station,
walking
right?
around-
Like that's bad.
No, you're not even supposed to be on your phone.
Yeah.
Like literally, I will.
Don't worry, I'm off the grid.
I literally will be like on the phone if I'm talking to Tierney, and we both do it. We're like, hey, I'm getting ready to get gas. Let me call you back. 'Cause you're not
You're
supposed to
gonna be
on
one of those people that just fucking. Yeah. You also just don't get static electricity while you're reaching inside.
I'm like, hey.
Calm down, Thor. Dude. You're not gonna fucking
I'm
zap
getting
the
like
guy.
sweaty.
I will say the one thing that I do just disregard is that I almost never put my phone on airplane mode in airplanes.
No, that's a fucking old wives' tale.
That one is the
Yeah.
old wives' tale.
There is nothing happening to that pilot because you would just imagine every flight this pilot's like 137 of you fuckers still have your phones on. I know it. Like that would be cool if you were a captain. Like part of the process of passing it is you should just get access to everybody's phone, like in the sense of it's just red and green lights in the seats,
okay.
and you can just see who's all got them on or not, and then just walk around and just roast people.
Well, at first I thought that's what it did. Like when I first started like traveling, I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
well, they're gonna know if this is on.
Yeah.
So I always turned it off, and then I'm like, oh, they don't know.
Because then I'm like, what? But there's fucking.
I turned on airplane, but don't fucking bother me. I don't need to talk to you. I'm 30,000.
But that's
So
what
I
I'm
can
saying.
send text message
30,000 feet
10,000
up.
feet.
But they want your phone in airplane mode because I get it. We're in an airplane because it stops the fucking wavelengths and the bandwidths and the fucking whatevers. But then you're going to have Wi-Fi on this bitch, and then I can watch TV. Like, what are we doing?
Doesn't matter. I turn on airplane mode. I'm going to sleep. So it literally doesn't bother me one way.
You're off the grid.
I'm off the grid, baby.
All right, here's the thing.
He gets it.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
So this weekend I realized something,
Ooh.
and I don't like it. We're old. We're old. So we went to Louisville bachelor party, 4th Street Live.
Yes.
Go to PBR, fun country bar. You walk in. It just didn't have it anymore, man.
No?
Yeah. We're walking around, music's jumping, it's pumped, but it's just jacked with, 21 to 25-year-olds.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I get it. I could, we can hang a little bit. But then it's just like walking through, you're going around, and I'm like, okay, there's only like 2 of us, 3 of us. One of us is absolutely blasted. And I'm like, I don't want him in this crowd. Nobody, we went straight from the sports pub to up there. Nobody did the thing where you go back to the hotel, take showers, get ready.
Oh, yeah.
And then you go out.
You're done.
So it's just like, all right, we're in here. And he's like, all right, what's the game plan? And I was like, looking around, I was like, game plan is we just go home, bud.
Yeah.
We can't be in here.
Yeah, we got in. We got one drink. We took a lap before the other people got there. Kind of powwowed for 20 minutes. Yeah, I mean, I'm literally in a jogger, a 2 Dads 1 Dut t-shirt, and a hoodie tied
Shout
around
out.
my waist.
Yeah, it's hall pass, baby. Hey, you're not going to get a better hunk of beef than
I mean,
this
and
place right here.
don't get me wrong. Towards that time, I was feeling myself a little bit. I didn't care. I wouldn't dance by myself. But to his credit, I was like, this is just different.
It's different.
I mean, I haven't been in a club in a long time.
Here's the thing, guys. So listen to me. We're not old. We're just getting older. But
okay.
what I'm saying is we went to, so shout out BDF, not BN.
Okay.
We went out to Black Canyon, got dinner, and I even prefaced numerous times. I was like, hey, I know we're going to a place that's right by, good old arena, but I said, we don't have to go there. I work tomorrow, the next day. We don't have to. No, we're going. I'm like, you read my text message right? Correct, right? And they're just like, yeah, but no, dude, we're right here. We went there, and I just think it's more fun, as you get older, you don't need to do these awkward, laps to try and be seen, like we've talked about before.
Yeah.
You don't need to stand somewhere looking cool thinking you're just Captain Douche, and you just want to go have drinks with your friends, do shit like this, just talk and fuck around, and it's just good stuff.
Oh, yeah. I was planning on
and not care what people think.
Right.
Because who gives a fuck? You're never going to see. That's what's crazier is you're never going to see those people ever again.
Right.
But somehow they exist.
Even though we think we're going to see them.
I don't like that. That's crazy.
No, I planned on either making it a full-on, here's the thing, or a little discussion. But, just the evolution of the bachelor party itself.
Yeah.
Because I don't think the bachelor party changes, the vibe around it. It's just what you do as you get older.
Yeah.
Because don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's 40, 50, 60-year-olds that still do stuff like they are when they were 20.
Yeah.
But for what we did, I was completely fine with it.
Yeah. It was just a nice bro hang weekend.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which was pretty sick.
Which, the thing I will say, so this is last thing, and then we can tie a bow on it. If you're done.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. When we went to Arena, I don't know if you remember, because Dutt met us out, and we were all standing around one of the tables, because it was really busy from 8 or 9 to midnight. You watch it shift from the older crowd, because they do have good food.
They're finishing dinner.
To the younger crowd, where it is that weird thing where you look around and you're like, yeah, we're in our early to mid 30s, and it is blatantly obvious that these people just sparked 21.
Yep.
And some of them look like they probably just have fakes, if that's even still a thing. And you're just like, it's just...
Yeah, you're on beer 6 or 7 because it's 10. they haven't had their first one yet out in public.
Yeah.
Because they've been pre-gaming for 2 hours just to be able to come out yet.
But it's weird because it's just different. And I know I just think it's so cool and interesting how like life, changes or evolves, but it's like the same stuff in
Yeah.
a sense. Like the older generation before us thought the same thing,
Sure.
but it looked different, but it's the same premise or idea.
Yeah.
I lost it like in a funny way where we're at this table that is dance floor adjacent. And for whatever reason, DJ Josh has it in his contract that he has to play the wobble and Cupid Shuffle
Yep.
back to back.
Love it.
Terrible.
It's terrible.
No,
Two
I
of the
hate it.
worst songs
It's
of
the
all
worst.
time. And
I would get down with the Cupid Shuffle back in the day. I was never a
But-
big wobble guy.
But shocker, flooded comes the dance floor. And we have already
Why it's in his contract.
but we have already established this is our spot, like our area. Like you have this table, you're hunkered down. This chick just starts doing whatever fuck ass dance is playing, and she's bumping into me, and she just does the, hey, do you think you could move? And I'm just like, no. No. Like I'm not.
Lover of women.
Or it was just like
Lover of women.
or it was the classic like, you gonna do it with us? No. And I
Also,
just
no.
yeah, like I'm becoming way more comfortable with just being honest, and it's awesome. I
Well,
love
you
it.
hate women, so.
I don't. I hate the wobble. I don't want that to get lost there in the context. But yeah, it's just funny when people kind of, they're young, drunk, this is their night. Like it's about to be the peak of the night. And
Yeah.
we're just having a good, normal conversation. Granted, we're asking for it being almost in the middle of the dance floor. But I'm
Right.
like, you're just running into me and you are. So like, fuck off. Respectfully.
Hey, here's the
Yeah.
thing. Stay out of the way.
Well,
Yeah.
I would say like if we were at the bar and we went up back to where we were, like when we walked around, I showed you like where the bathrooms were.
Yeah.
There's like tables and stuff up there. If we would have stayed out of
Oh, yeah.
finagled our way like up there
For
or
sure.
on like the balcony.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
no way I was staying on that main floor right there.
No.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
So awesome.
We got
Because I thought about it and I was like, man, dude, it's only like midnight. I was like, I'm gonna go back to the hotel, take a shower, get ready, come back. Because Dan, the buddy that lives down there, he's a bartender there.
oh, so he's
so I was
gonna be
like,
there
I'll
till
just go
3
there.
or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 4th Street don't close till 4.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna shut this mug down. And then I was like, nah, I better not.
Yeah.
That fucking drive home would have been absolute terrible.
Yeah.
We got to do an episode or something on like I just find it so interesting the culture shifts of like 18 to like 22 and then as you get older where it's like you start drinking for the first time, like you said, you pregame for 4 hours before
Oh,
you go
yeah.
out, and like it's just
What I'm doing right now is the most important thing I'll ever do. Like, that's the mindset.
Oh yeah.
You're like, I have to be here. I have to be seen.
I need a new shirt,
Correct.
I need a new fucking haircut.
I need to see everybody that I see
Yeah.
every weekend.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh
it's,
yeah. Been there, done that.
it's great. Here's the thing.
We did it again
98
in the books.
done.
Made it great, I think.